I've just entered a cable short. We entered at about 7:57 New York time. So here's what I saw. So this was the market structure shift on the 1 hour after sweeping this sell side liquidity. Okay, and then here's a fair value gap between the displacement high and the displacement low. Let me get rid of this. So I knew once price was rejecting off this fair value gap right here, that this sell buy side was the clear target. Then there was an internal model, the 5 minute and the 15 minute swept this sell side level inside the 1 hour. Okay, and then we got a 5 minute market structure shift right here, and then here's a 5 minute fair value gap between the displacement low and high, sorry, respected that, came up to that high, and then at the 7 AM open, price came up and took this high. The only thing that I'm looking at is these equal highs that it hasn't taken yet, which it easily could, but I'm just following my strategy, and I'm targeting basically discount of this range, the bottom of the 5 minute fair value gap. We had a 1 minute market structure shift right here. Price is coming back to that fair value gap now. This is the first fair value gap formed between displacement low, displacement high. There was a 2 minute, and before we got any entries to them, there was a 3 minute market structure shift with a fair value gap in here. So I entered off that. Good enough for Stir Wars, 2.2 to 1, and I'm targeting that discount of the larger range. We're getting a nice reaction off that fair value gap now. Perfect. That's it. Alright. I've just closed out fully from my pound dollar trade. I made about 2.25%. Had to weather a lot of the drawdown. Price was just coming up to this rejection block. And it was perfect trade, perfect setup. I want to note a few things. I was worried taking a short here with all these equal highs resting above, but yeah, have to understand that equal highs aren't just going to get drawn to without a long setup. Once there's a long setup, then the highs will get drawn to. And look, I don't care if this goes all the way down here now. I don't care, because price has already reached discount of this huge range. It's already reached discount of this. Got these equal highs resting above. I really don't care if price. I really don't care if price wants to come down here. So to break down the trade again. Price comes down to this 1 hour fair value gap after this market structure shift. We can see that it sweeps this sell side liquidity inside the 1 hour fair value gap. 5 minute market structure shift holds this fair value gap. So that's the reasoning why I didn't take anything from this high or this high or this high or this high. Is because I knew that this high back here, this was the low hanging fruit. This one, sorry, because this is the leg up that caused the market structure shift. This is the retrace, and then there's the buy side. Another thing that I could have improved on is, actually no, I don't think so, because this is the first market structure shift right here. This one on the 1 minute, and we get on the 2 minute as well. So this is the first market structure shift and fair value gap, and price comes down below the old high, which is what we want. We want it to come down below the old high. But in doing so, we create a 3 minute market structure shift and this larger 3 minute fair value gap. Now I entered right at the start of that because 2.2 is a good enough risk to reward for me. But inside that 3 minute fair value gap was that original 1 minute fair value gap. So I could have entered off that. Could have entered as soon as price came into here. Stop up here. I'm getting a really nice risk to reward then. I'm getting almost 6. I wouldn't put my stop, I wouldn't have a 3 pip stop, I'd place it up there. Probably give myself 5.5 maybe. It's a little bit of a better trade, but overall pretty good. And look at that. Perfect. Reversing from there now. Alright, I just want to note an example. So, price has returned to this order block and the discount of this larger range. That's where I closed my short out. I closed out my short here, and then price instantly reacts off it after reaching discount. We have these 1 second. We have these 15-minute highs above, these equal highs to target. We're in this 15-minute fair value gap and order block, and then as soon as we reach this, we get a 1 minute market structure shift. Okay, no sell side swept in here, but we have the order block, discount, fair value gap, and in this market structure shift there is this fair value gap. Okay, which does make it a valid setup. See, I'm not going to take this, but I'd be interested to see if this would actually work out towards those equal highs above. Stop here. I have a 5 pip stop probably. And you have a 3.62 risk to reward with that. But then I also note that, get rid of all this. After this buy side was swept, okay, you got a 5 minute market structure shift right here. Right here. And where do you see a fair value gap between this low and this high? Right here. Holds, 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 holds. This would make this the clear low hanging fruit. So I don't think this is a valid long, really. Well, it could be a valid long, but it's not an A+ setup. We've already taken this buy side. We've got a 5 minute max trigger shift. We're holding this bearish fair value gap. I just wanted to know that, but I'll see if it takes this or if it reverses from there. Alright, now it's a little bit more interesting with pound, because although we did run through this, we've just come down to this rejection block, and now we're rejecting again. Just get rid of this, that was the original fair value gap. Now we've got another 1 minute market structure shift with displacement. We're currently holding this fair value gap, so that's a little bit more interesting. If we do hold this fair value gap, come down to here, displace again, maybe the fair value gap in here, might be interested in taking along there to the equal highs, but I'll have to see. I'm not sure yet. Alright, price did not respect that 1 minute fair value gap. It displaced out of it, but it didn't create a second market structure shift coming above this high, and it ran straight through this and then ran straight through this level. I haven't marked as sell side liquidity, but I'm not going to be taking any longs from this, other than the fact that I don't take any trades after 10 AM New York time. I just don't think it's a great setup. and I have a short bias on the daily as well.